Ha! You found me again. Wow, you guys are great at this. I bet you all had a lot of Where's Wally books when you were growing up, right? Anyway, found the champ up. Congratulations. Welcome back to the channel. Glad you could make it. So we're going to be playing some more Sealed today. As you are all are probably aware, new sets just come out. And, I used to love going to pre-releases. They were one of my favorite paper events. But I can't at the moment. My city's in lockdown. So I'm just going to be playing a bunch of Sealed and, just trying to muck around and have fun in a sort of like low stakes, more fun environment. And it's also just a great way to build up your collection. Like if you are watching at home and you have like limited financial resources and you just want to throw money at getting packs, Sealed and Draft can be great ways to build up your collection. And like I've personally encountered that as well. Like I have sunk a fair bit of money into Arena over the last couple years, but I've also all the sets that I have the highest completion rate of are ones that I've played a lot of draft and stuff in. So Corset 2021, Strixhaven, for example, I have really high completion rates on those because I just spent a bunch of time playing mostly draft, but also some Sealed. Sealed tends to not be available for as long as draft, but if you're not particularly good at drafting or newer to limited, Sealed's probably a better way to jump in. It does cost a bit of gems up front, but you basically get more than that value's worth of gem in packs anyway. So, if you are wondering at home, like what's the best way to complete your collection, play a bunch of limited. It's a really good way to do that while also maximizing the fun and enjoyment you can have while doing it, assuming that you're into that. Like some people just don't enjoy limited. And for them, it's probably not a good investment of resources because you're there to have fun. But if you do find those formats fun, it's a very great way to sort of maximize your joy while also maximizing your collection and resources. Anyway, guys, that's enough of me prattling on. Let's jump on in and play some games. So let's jump on in and see what we crack. Open sesame. Oh, this guy again. He actually didn't work out too well for us last time. Oh, Orcus. I'm so tempted to play Rakdos just off that. I love that color combination. Triumphant Adventurer. Death Touch. As long as it's your turn, he has first strike when he attacks Venture. Ooh. Treasure Chest. This was really disappointing for me when I opened it before. And Bard class. Legendary creatures. I mean, that's going to be difficult. I mean, these two play nicely together. But yeah, that's going to be difficult to take advantage of. Okay. What we got here, well, so yeah, we have a lot of venture stuff so far. Okay, slightly different strategy today. Let's just look at our creatures. Okay. This guy's pretty versatile, which is good. 2/2 lifelink. It's not the worst. This can be good in the right board state. So could this. So I got a lot of depth in venture mechanics, particularly in black and white. Secret Door, Venture, activate only as a sorcery. Draw a card. This guy's just a dual value flyer. This guy could be dope, except his stats are horrible. This guy seems good, but he's such a bad top deck. Such a bad top deck. Grim Wanderer. 2 mana 5/3 flash, cast only if a creature died this turn. Why can't they just make it a 5/5 so it can tussle with Lovestruck Beast? Hired Hexblade. Asarak the Archlich. Vampire Spawn. Zombie Ogre. 3 mana 3/3 with haste. I mean, that's not the worst thing in the world, is it? So the problem is, if I go with the venture stuff, I need a lot of good ways to survive. What do? It's another treasure thing. You make people sack stuff. 3 scaled herbalists. Wow. He's so useless. 3 Circle of the Moon druids. Loathsome troll. That's pretty good. Eldergard ranger. Yeah. Gretchen Titchwillow. What a name, huh? Oh, and Dritzt. I mean, I already knew I had him, but ooh, Dritzt. Okay. So it seems like there's a couple of things I can do. One of those is probably a heavily white-based venture deck, and one is a more green-based creature deck. That's a pretty good removal spell. Delver's Torch can be helpful, but it's really slow. It's 2 mana to cast and 3 mana to equip, so like even in this format it's slow. Fly is pretty good though. Secret Door's a good stalling card. There's someone's alarm going off in the next room. Let me shut the door. Shocking Grasp. I remember that spell. Charmed Sleep is pretty good removal as well. Oh, I have 2 Barbarian class, so I might be able to do a die roll thing. Oh, I've got so many options. So I don't have great removal in black. I have Ray of Enfeeblement and Precipitous Drop, neither of which are super solid. This is only great if you've completed a dungeon. I mean, it kills a lot of early things, but completing a dungeon takes a long time to set up. I've also got 2 Druid class, which does what? Ramps and gains life. This one's pretty slow though. Okay, so I have a few more options. I have a few more deck options than I originally thought. This zombie hand. I've seen people playing this card and it's horrible. I mean, it's a removal that any color can play, but like, it takes 6 total mana to pull off. Ridiculous. This guy's better than it looks, in my experience. Treasure Chest really didn't do anything for me. Okay. So let's turn off all our filters for now. So if we were to do a dice roll deck, let's just have a look at what that might look like. So this would be the core of it. And maybe a pit trap. So it pushes into blue-red. So but let's be real, I'm way more likely to play the treasure chest than the pit trap. So let's see what else we have in those colors. Fly is just looks like a good enchantment. Decent creature. It's decent. Hulking Bugbear. This sort of effect is usually better than it seems. And I mean, I'd have a few treasure payoffs. So I could afford to play some of that. And probably splash a black for Orcus. And this leaves me with only 12 creatures, unfortunately. So it's a little bit shy on varmints. This is not terrible because it's a because it cantrips. I probably have to play you just to have a blocker. So that'll look something like this. So I don't think I have actually enough dice roll effects to make it worthwhile. I've got 2 Hoarding Ogres. I've got a Ginny Windseer. And some artifacts. Yeah, I don't think I got enough there to make that worthwhile. Pardon me. So if I went for a green-based something, probably play you. And I don't have a lot of life gain synergies, but it might be worth having her anyway. We'll put her in the maybe. I would almost definitely end up splashing for Dritzt. What would my other colour be? I'd need some kind of removal because I don't have any of the fight effects. I don't really have great removal in any colour, is the problem. Which means I'd probably have to play some more combat trick style things. I mean, I'd probably end up in green-white, let's be real. So I have a bit more life gain than I think. So I could do something like this. And alternatively, we could look at my dungeon payoffs. If I play black, I'm almost certainly playing Orcus, even if I'm just splashing for him. Oh, we've got something like this. Ugh. So I'm conflicted because all of the things I can do seem a little dirty. Like, some of my best cards are in this sort of dungeon. You know, this is obviously a really good card. This is a good card if you can get him going. Unfortunately, I don't feel like I have a lot of depth in black. I don't have a lot of removal to even turn this guy on. I mean, this is the problem with sealed. You can end up with just like bits and bobs of a bunch of different things. Possibly also, I might be a little happier playing something a little bit Abzan-y. Again, if I'm playing black, I'm probably splashing for Orcus. Oh, didn't mean to add her. Did not mean to add her. So I could also try something like this. Which I actually feel a little bit better about because I got a greater concentration of creatures and I've got more in the 2 and 3 drop range. Probably need a little bit more top end in this though. But this enables me to play a bunch of my cards that I think are strongest. Okay, so let's just look at higher end cards now. I mean, I've got the Troll and Dritzt and Orcus. 17 creatures. Ugh. I think that's worth playing just for the flying. I mean, even though it's a 5-mana 3/3 can win a game in limited. That's definitely a thing that can happen. Again, flying, it's kind of at a premium. The problem here is I have very limited interaction. Druid class does very little. So you can be removal. So you go in. Yeah, so something like this. Okay. I'm going to refine this. I'm going to try to refine this. That's already 16 creatures? Jeez. Would I rather have the Bard or the Troubadour? I think the Troubadour is a little bit stronger, to be honest. Okay. Okay, I think that's enough top end. So let's look at our non-creatures. Removal, removal, removal. Mana fixing. This ramps, but it's so slow. I think that's just a decent card, if you know what I mean. So that's life gain. That's potential life gain. That's a bit of life gain. And we've only got the 2 life payoffs, don't we? Yeah, so I think I don't need to stress too much more about life stuff. can be decent fixing, but it's also really slow. I've found this to be more useful than I would have expected. What else? What else? One more card, one of these colours. Maybe I just add an extra mountain. You know what, if it's this hard, I think I'm just going to go for the treasure chest. Cool. And just try like this. So this could be very risky. My best success so far has been with our 2-color, more proactive decks. I just want to see how well I can go just trying to put together some of the best stuff that I can, regardless of color. It's obviously a pretty greedy list. And we are getting punished for it. At least we've got mana fixing in this hand. And we have hit all of our colors already, so that's not too bad. Ooh, opponent's off to a very aggressive start though, so we are in trouble. Game is frozen. Okay, there we go. Ow. So I think we just need to kill this here. Gain a bit of life. Go for the slow one. This doesn't do enough, I think, to be worth it when we're this far behind. Opponent's just popping off over there. Get ourselves a blocker. This guy's so strong. There's something about this guy's face just makes me want to look at him. Maximum aggression over there. Kill off the token. Nice. Honestly, our opponent should have gone for the Tomb of Annihilation. They got a way more aggressive start, and they've got like this, which drains life. I don't know why they didn't opt for that. So unfortunately Orcus is going to kill my guys well before he kills mine. Yeah, okay, we're dead. Let's get out of here. Okay, 2 land sucks, but I've got a 1-drop, 2-drop, 3 drops. Like, the curve is a lot better. Need to remember to play the unicorn before the spawn. I actually kind of want to play the unicorn before the cleric as well for the same reason. We'll see if we can afford to do that or not. Either way, we're going to slap down leather armor. Not under any immediate pressure, so I won't slap this down. We'll hope that we hit a land next turn. We do not. Should have equipped there. That was an oops. I just wasn't even thinking. A theme here in the channel. Ow. Opponent should attack. And yet does not. They can double block and kill this. That is a thing they can do. They choose not to. It's good for us, so we're going to start growing this unicorn as much as we can. And hopefully ride it to victory. Fingers crossed. Okay, what you got, pig bug? What you got for me? Yep, you got some rope. You remembered to pack 50 feet of rope. Get it guys, see what I did there? Okay. Shrinks my dude a bit. Okay, given that they've seen some life gain synergy from me, they should not pick the dungeon that I keep recommending. They should not pick Tomb of Annihilation. Are they going to pick the Dungeon of Do Nothing? Oh no, they go for the Annihilation. Interesting. No blocks, that's fine. Pure aggression from our opponent there. Just make it a little harder to kill. Yeah, so all this life draining stuff is going to do them more harm than good at the moment. If I want, I can actually get rid of this precipitous drop instead of gaining life. Interesting. Interesting. Good to know I have that option. There we go. Suit up the paladin so I can attack with it. Get another trigger for the unicorn. And just maximum aggression at this point, particularly now that they're stuck in this tomb. I want to keep their life total as low as possible and make it hurt them. Sorry, stuck in this dungeon, I meant to say. Okay. That's why they roped so long when I just went to destroy the enchantment. That I really screwed up their game plan for this turn. They were obviously hoping to ambush the unicorn. Yeah, they're not in a good position. And they scoop. Stuck in the wrong dungeon. Okay. Hand's okay. Finally got our strongest creature. I haven't seen this guy so far, so that's going to be our 2-drop. Hope they don't have removal. Thanks, it is nice. As long as you don't have removal, it's very nice. Hey! There he is. There he is. Okay, lost mine of mediocrity. I don't think my hand can hold up to playing this side. This does nothing, so let's go with the slow one. Gain a little bit of life. Maybe I should have played one of these things out first. I mean, I definitely should have. I had tunnel vision on playing this guy. I wasn't even thinking about the life gain. I could have had this as a 4-3 or this as a 3-3. Both of them ready to trade. At least this guy's ready to block. Hey! Oh, they got some good dungeon, some good venture cards. This guy's gonna pop off so quickly.
So many things to see.
I don't know why they gave me a choice there. What am I doing next turn?
Hey, hands off the loot, buddy.
I feel pressured into fetching this now. I shouldn't have chosen this dungeon. I mean, I really should have played one of these guys first. I've kind of thrown this away.
Oh, I hope we discover something new.
Ugh. I don't like this game. I don't want to play anymore. Fortunately, I've got a bit of a stockpile of gems, so I can afford to do nonsense like this. Not a huge stockpile, mind you. Like, I am still literally throwing money away, but content, right? Content. I mean, I guess it has to do. Got a little bit of early game ramp at least. This will fetch us green mana. Courtesy crack now. Save us both some time. So this will be our turn 2 to create a treasure. Yeah, let's do it. Well, okay, so our opponent's a D-bag. Hitting us with the Your Go. Maybe they've never... Maybe this is their first time and they've never used the venture mechanic. And they don't understand that you need to think about your choice. Maybe. Opponent also on Abzan. We're obviously not going to block this Fangy boy. That's cool. So they can also equip it. But it's a bit of a waste because it has Death Touch and I'm already probably not going to block. Okay, so they just want to start venturing. I mean, I guess they just need to use their mana while they can. And to be fair, I was going to play this next turn and block it. Ooh, they're going for the long haul. So we are threatening lethal next turn. So the reason I chose this is I knew that this would become full power and I could give it flying and I'd be able to get a pretty big hit in on the air and have a life advantage on my opponent. I don't think this dungeon particularly suits our deck, but in this case I figured we'd be able to put enough pressure on them that it would be a little more applicable. We also have the containment to get rid of the Fang Blade whenever we want to. Yeah, so they can't really afford to attack right now unless they've got some other good tricks up their sleeve. Okay, so they get rid of the 4-1. Interesting. I don't know that that was the correct choice. Since Dritz will attack... I mean, they're just dead, but... And since our opponent was a jerk to us before, we'll give him the good game. Okay, this hand does nothing until turn 3, but you know. It's one of those situations where I'd rather just have the pieces of cardboard. Fetches our green. See, the problem with this guy is by the time you play him, you're running out of lands. What are you? You're a 2-2 with lifelink. So I will play you since you're the better blocker. It's almost like having a 4-4 because he has 4 toughness on blocks and 4 power on attacks. He just doesn't have 4 power on blocks to kill things. Oh, do they have the enchantment? This card looked really good to me when I cracked it, but I just didn't have any enchantments to go with it, unfortunately. So I'm actually going to go with the Dungeon of Mediocrity because I want the Scry. Because I want to hit a land. And then next turn I can create a treasure token if I have to. I'd obviously rather do something else, but it's an option that I have. Make him have it. Oh, first strike. Brutal. Brutal. Okay, so none of these guys block very well, so I'm probably happiest to lose you. Yeah, I need that treasure. Need that treasure. Cool, more ramp. So I have 5, 6, 7 mana. So the reason I did this is I saw I can do this and gain life, grow the Celestial Unicorn, so he can block the Paladin for me. And next turn I can actually double cast this guy. I'll take that. So yeah, so if I want to, I can play this guy to finish the dungeon and then play him again to have a 5/5. Which seems pretty decent. Oh, I specifically need to have finished Tomb of Annihilation. Okay, that's entirely my bad. That is entirely my bad. Read the card. Yeah, more land's always good. More land is always good. Read the card. So our opponent doesn't seem to have a whole lot else going on. So I was thinking I'd kill both of these, but I actually just realised, so they're a bit stuck on land, so they could actually have something quite good in their hand, so I kind of want to hang on to this. So instead I'll make the treasure and just make a blocker. We'll just start trying to turn this around. Okay. Yeah, so I need to chump that, unfortunately. So do I remove the creature or the mace? Oh, they're back up to 20. That sucks. Okay, how much mana do I have to play with? Not enough. Tiny little bit of life gain there. Tiny little bit of life gain. Can't really afford to attack anymore, unfortunately. Another mace. Jeez. And another mace. Jeez. Absolutely brutal. Let's just hope they don't have a way to give it trample, right? I mean, that sucks. Back to my hand. No, top of my library. Yeesh. At least we got to grind Asarak a bit. This game hasn't been a... So we're just obviously fingers crossed they don't have a way to remove the unicorn. Or a combat trick to blow us out here. I mean, it seems like they probably do. There it is. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing we can do here, is there? Oh, that was still a fun game. Got to grind through dungeons a couple of times. I think I should have been a little more aggressive in removing stuff. If I had just removed the creature instead of the mace, it didn't look like they had a backup creature. So we probably would have been in a much better position. But what do you do? That's the end of our event. 600 gems back, so 1400 gems all up to get 9 packs is still a pretty good deal. Anyway, I'm probably going to do another event, but that'll be another video. Thanks for tuning in, guys. You've been brilliant.